Three.
Clap.
Three. All right, we are here. And once again, everybody, let's try this. Matt Stell is with us here today.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Matt, good to
throngs
see
of
you.
people. I appreciate that.
For the third time, welcome to the fair.
Well, for the third time, I'm even happier to be here than the first two. So this is great.
Well, that breeze picked up a little bit. You're used to the hot temperatures. It's a beautiful day here at the fair.
It's been 1,000,000 degrees in America this summer, especially in August. Like, it's been hot everywhere. And we show up here today and we have the perfect day for some country music, for the fair in a beautiful part of the country. And I'm really excited to be here.
Do you get to the Northeast very much?
We get all over, man. We really do. We try to schedule it where we're in the Northeast this time of year and we're in the Southeast and West, in the winter. Obviously that's what we want to be, a snowbird band if we can, but we end up all over everywhere, man. We've taken that tour bus through snow, wind, hail, sleet, everything. We just get out there.
It's probably a good move on your part, but have you ever experienced the winter here in Central New York? Because you'd know it if you did.
I've experienced the winter I've been in the city in the winter, which I know is different. I know this isn't but it is also frigid up there.
Yeah. Well, we're upstate New York, and we're not talking about Poughkeepsie, which is just north of New York. We're actually upstate. So we get a foot of snow like during the overnight, and it's nothing. We all go to work the next day, and buses are still running and all that.
The other day, I posted this on my social media. I cooked some like eggs and tomatoes and some just whatever. And I put enough Tony Chachere's like Creole seasoning on it that if that amount would have snowed in Tennessee, they would close school for a week.
Yeah,
we don't not deal with it at all.
Exactly.
Very well.
So you're living in Nashville now, correct?
Yeah. I've been there for like 9 years now.
Let me ask you, as an artist, do you know where you were last night?
Last night. Yeah, I know where I was last night. I was in Columbus, Ohio, because we had an off day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had an off day and we didn't we had our bus fixed, man. Our no one cares about what I'm about to tell you, but the generator on our bus hit the skids and we had to have somebody come out and fix it. And it was really nice because it was, like I said, 1,000,000 degrees, and now we have all of our AC units back. So
now correct me if I'm wrong, that before we talk about your music here a little bit, but the bus, and probably nobody really cares about this either, but do they change drivers in Columbus or Cleveland? It's somewhere in there. If you're coming out of Nashville, I think you switch drivers.
Well, so that's a very astute observation, Skip. But the thing is we had a day off. So because of that, we could break the trip up into enough because we were coming from St. Louis. So this is that was about halfway. He could get his sleep because it's a CDL driver, Again, things no one cares about is the bus driver. But we love Jackie. Old Jacko does a good job for us. Old Cajun Jackie. He's great.
He always had the same driver.
We do try to keep the same driver, man. It's like you got to, if you got somebody that you can go to sleep and feel like you're in good hands, man, that's worth their weight in gold. So.
Excellent. Let's talk about your music a little bit. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And all right, so when did you actually first pick up a guitar and start playing?
Man, I first picked up a guitar in college. I was playing basketball, and you're on campus all winter. I know, right? Shocker. You're on campus all winter break, and it's boring if you're not practicing. Like no one's on campus, so you're playing PlayStation all day and practicing, and then going back to your dorm.
It's a guy thing. Why not?
Yeah. Well, I got bored of playing PlayStation, and I just picked up a guitar, sat in front of my computer screen, and learned how to play all the songs that you play in the in a frat house, and that's where it started. And I fell in love with singer-songwriters, and I fell in love with songwriting really first, and that's what I wanted to be doing.
It's cool.
And that it's just sort of progressed from there. I was
self-taught
for the most part. Yeah. I mean, I play guitar like anywhere outside of like Nashville. I would say I play guitar, but in Nashville, like the guy that is, changing my oil is a better guitar player than the guy delivering pizzas. Like everybody's so good. So like there, I can play whatever. I can play well enough to write a song.
Yeah. Now you just Chase Matthew. Cool dude.
Yeah, man. That's a buddy of mine.
And you just did something with him, didn't you?
Yeah, Chase, we just re-released a version of my song One of Us that we've had out for a while. It's been awesome, to be honest with you. People playing it, people responding at shows. And my buddy Chase hopped on. We did a little feature with him, and it adds something to the song. That song's about all the people that I know and love from where I'm from. And Man, we didn't grow up together, but we could have. You know what I mean?
What about Shut the Truck Up?
Man, Shut the Truck Up. I wrote that song like the founding fathers wrote the Constitution, and over a Zoom call. That was a joke. Yeah, man, during COVID, I wrote that with a couple buddies, and my buddy Chase McGill, he was like, man, I got either the best or the worst title in the world. He said, Shut the Truck Up. And I said, man, I know exactly what you mean by that. And let's try to make it the best title because I love it. So we wrote it, and yeah, man, it's been great.
Yeah. Now, Prayed for You that went right to the top. I hear that at a lot of weddings, and we know there's a couple here that actually had your song played at the wedding.
That's right.
And you did a little bit of an intro.
We're having a reception right now.
Yeah. Well, you promised that you'd have a drink with him.
Here we are.
So, yes,
and
exactly.
Here we are.
So tell us about that and that journey to number one, and when it hit number one, how'd you feel?
Yeah, well, I wrote that song with a friend of mine, a couple friends of mine, and man, we got in the room, and Allison, she walked in, and we were like trying to figure out what we want to write about. She said, I don't know, but I feel like I met this guy last night, and I just feel like I prayed for him. And I was like, okay, say more. And she was like, yeah, and anyway, that's where the song came from. Allison met her husband like the day before. So that's really what it's about. And it's just told from a perspective that I could, would make sense for me singing it. But it's really kind of telling their story and telling the story of anybody who that song means something to them, whether it's a relationship, whether it's, having kids, whether it's a job, whether it's a promote, like any of that stuff. And it's kind of the journey of sticking it out and good things happening. And man, that song changed our life. So I'm proud to play it every night.
Exactly. So have you ever actually just picked up your guitar and walked into a church and played that at a wedding or a reception?
Oh, I've played it many times at those things. Yes, I very much have.
I can only imagine. So tell us a little bit about the show. I know at 6 p.m. tonight at Chevy Court, you're going to be up there. I'm going to be introducing you. Tell us a little bit. What can we expect tonight from Matt Stell?
Man, well, honestly, Prayed for You changed our lives everywhere but on our second, hit. That song, means a lot to me. I think what may kind of surprise people is how hard we go on stage, man. We rock out, we throw down, man. We got, a lot of my songs are about love going wrong and not love going right. And that's my favorite kind of music, is like aggressive heartbreak country music songs. And we're going to do that tonight. And we're going to just throw an absolute, party right here in
I love that.
In Syracuse.
I love that. And I'm reading a comment that was online just before we started this podcast for the third time around. This will be a great concert. Matt Stell, his songs and music are a combination that makes for an amazing concert experience.
Ooh, we'd love to hear that. Whoever said that was
Betty McMurphy.
Oh, all right, Betty. Thanks, Betty.
Yeah, I saw that and I said, I got to print that out. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Do you do any covers at all?
Man, we do a couple little covers, but I'm not going to tell you what they are.
Okay, always a surprise.
I like to keep my cards close to the vest and then make it a big surprise when we do, because we usually I feel like our cover game is pretty strong. Yeah. Would you say, Bubba? Do you like? You would think? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, you got the yeah. What about your set list? Do you change that up for every show, or do you kind of keep the same set list?
No, our set list is we add stuff and change stuff periodically, but mainly we have set lists for the time allotted. So tonight when we're playing, we get to play our full 75-minute set.
Cool.
So that's kind of us, our full headlining set. And then a couple nights ago when we're playing, we're part of a lineup at something, maybe we'll have a 45-minute or an hour, maybe even sometimes 30 minutes if we're playing, early at a big show, something like that. So it's really the time constraint of the show.
I see people at these shows, not only yours, but other ones, they bring up the set list and they're watching it and going, all right, the next song is going to be, and then they say, well, he's got 3 songs left. We better leave now to beat traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would think that, we're going to mix this up a little bit so they have no idea, what's coming up.
I mean, if we play Prayed for You first, that's then everybody can go leave to beat traffic, So, spoiler alert, we're going to play the hits last to keep you around to hear the rest of the songs that I love and that mean a lot to me. So So yeah, it's, that's just how it is though. You kind of build up to something, and man, I've got new music coming out. I got songs that, man, thank you. I've got songs that I had to make a lot of hard decisions and a lot of shakeups and disagree with a lot of people that I respect, and build a new consensus around what it is that I do, who I am, and what I'm going to do, and not compromising that anymore for any reason. And because of that, I'm really proud of the music that we're making, and it's definitely serious to all of us about all that. So,
what do you do in your downtime?
Man, I write songs and play golf, and as of last night, I watched football. Football's back. Yeah.
Well, it's preseason.
No,
right now,
week 0 college football started yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, we got the Bills and the Giants here. That's it. It's kind of divided between the two in this neighborhood.
Got the Orange up here too.
And the Orange, we got Orange football, which should be kicking into gear pretty soon. And of course, our basketball is just.
Yep.
You never know, I guess, but it's been pretty hot, pretty frustrating at times, and just fun to watch, I guess.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Now, how tall are you?
I'm 6'7".
That's tall. And so what made you decide basketball or music?
I graduated college with basketball, and I really hated it when I was done. Like I was really tired of it, and the only opportunity that I had to play any kind of professional ball, and I don't even know, what those opportunities really were because I didn't explore them, but it would have been in some country that ends in Istan for me to go play ball. And I was like, man, I think what I'm going to do is not be in as good a shape and play this guitar. And that's kind of how it happened.
Real quick, if I were to jump into I assume you drive a truck.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I was to jump into your truck and turn on the music, whether it's the radio or what am I going to hear?
All kinds of stuff, man. I mean, I listen to everything. I love, country music of a certain era is what I grew up on, but I also grew up on alternative music, and a lot of the 90s stuff that I love. Right now, I really love listening to records right when they come out. I've been listening to that new Zach Bryan record's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
That Morgan Wade record I'm going to key up later. Cool. The friend of mine, Adam Hood, re-released a bunch of stuff that I knew from back in the day. Isbell had a record out a little earlier. Jason Isbell had a record out earlier this year called Weather Vanes that I really love. And man, anything from that to I'll listen to Rap Caviar. I'll listen to, pop hits of the time. I get bored with any one thing, and I write country music every day. So a lot of times I'm listening to something different.
Sometimes it's nice to go in a different direction.
Absolutely, it is.
It's Matt Stell, everybody joining us here today, hanging out at the Wolf broadcast booth. If you're looking to hear the Matt Stell music, if you listen to 92.1 The Wolf, you're going to hear it. We embrace you. We just believe in what you're doing and have for years, and just want to say thank you for getting off the bus and coming over here and spending a few minutes with us here at the
absolutely
Wolf
my pleasure
booth. So,
my pleasure. Thank you.
It's Matt Stell, everybody.